So, welcome back to LightWave Guru. Yeah, you buy. Your question is, what is your workflow in rendering that playground if one doesn't have render farm or 4+ GPUs? Yeah, as I said, that's the same. The workflow is the same. So it plays no role if you have 1 GPU or 10 GPUs. Then in the end, all the meshes you create with OpenVDB would not be influenced from Octane. So if I close that, you see here, so that I have here a simple constellation. I have an object, let us call it ball in the back, and in the front is, let us call it a virus. And I want that the virus, if it goes in that cell or ball or whatever it is, yeah, do a CSG Boolean function option. And for that, I need not a GPU. So all that will build with CPU in LightWave. For example, if I have here my OpenVDB evaluator and I say now, okay, I want another bulk offset for that. The bulk offset is now 10 and not 5. And I execute it, then the CPU will build that mesh and show it then in OpenGL. Need a second, it's a complex mesh. So you see it now. Now the Scala is 10. Yeah? So that's all. So the mesh himself, if you play with the OpenVDB node editor and the OpenVDB evaluator as function, is and need not a GPU. You can easily do it if you have no GPU. Yeah, in that case you have a preview renderer here, your VPR, or in the newer LightWaves, yeah, the other real-time renderers they're built in. Yeah. So and yeah, that's all. And you see the VPR show nothing, and it's simple. In that case, the reason is that all my surfaces are built for Octane. Yeah, but you see it, for example. So it play no role. Yeah. So that mesh would build with the CPU and not with the GPU. Yeah. So now I can play with my setups I built in LightWave himself, and can so realize what I want to realize. For example, that I now define with my CSG intersection and CSG subtraction and CSG union in combination, and the bulge offset in what way that virus go in the ball or cell, you know? And that's all. So that means you need not the fast GPU for that. In the end, you need no GPU. You can also do it all that only with LightWave and the LightWave native functions. The only thing you have then to do is to build the surfaces and your shaders in the LightWave shaders or with the LightWave shader system. Yeah, and you know LightWave have very good shaders. In some kinds of things are better shaders as Octane under us. Yes. So if you have, for example, if you buy a new LightWave version and you have the Octane option, yeah, and you have only 1 GPU, for example, the workflow is the same as without a GPU or with many GPUs. That make there's no difference. But what you can do is, if you have the Octane option, that you can then render some layers with some specific things that can a GPU faster render as the CPU, then render with Octane, and other parts, for example, if you want, with LightWave Classic, yeah, with a LightWave native renderer. And so you can also mix surfaces and the capabilities from LightWave himself and from Octane. And in the end, if you have not, in my case, I have here for that computer here in the moment 3 cards. Sometimes, so I have also other computers with 5 cards or 4 cards and so on and so on. But that plays no role. If I, for example, here put that offline, the second and third card, you see it rendered in the same way, but it needs only longer. So the difference between one GPU and many GPUs is only the render time. Yeah, so now the rendering need longer. So that's all. Yeah, so that's the difference. Other difference are not here. Okay, thanks for watching. Later. Goodbye. You bye. Have a nice time.